Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, California Weather Watch. Today is March 27th, and right now we're looking at the infrared satellite imagery. There's Washington, Oregon, California. Check out this cold upper level trough here, merging with this warmer subtropical moisture on its south side here. Perfect yin and yang of cold and warm there, and Mother Nature is going to try to balance this out the only way she knows how, and that's by developing a deep low pressure system off the Oregon coastline there, which is going to spawn a powerful frontal system down the state of California. We'll take a look at those details as well. Then this low pressure center is going to take its sweet time and move down the coastline here. So it's going to give additional precipitation, thunderstorm potential, and some mountain snows as we go through midweek coming up here. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at the extended forecast as always as well towards the end of the video. Now looking here, you can see that we've got precipitable water. There's Washington, Oregon, California. Put it in motion, you can see this subtropical moisture get caught up in this deep trough here, and look at that low pressure center that's going to spin up off the Oregon coast. Strong frontal system down through California, and the only good thing about this is that it's going to be progressive and moving across the area, but it is going to bring strong winds, heavy mountain snow, a lot of precipitation with it, and then you're going to get this upper level low moving down across the region here, continuing to bring some thunderstorm potential as we go on in through Wednesday and on to Thursday as this tracks down towards Southern California here. And we'll watch that a bit closer as we go through tomorrow to see what kind of impact it's going to have across Southern California, as these high resolution models are still coming into range at this point for some essential in Southern California. So taking a look, high winds expected Monday night, Northern California. Look at this, the higher terrain getting hit pretty hard. Some wind gusts up over 50 miles per hour all the way up and down the coastline shown there. Good graphic from the National Weather Service, Eureka. This is for the Bay Area. You can see the wind advisory in effect here. Biggest gusts, again, above 900 feet, which is usually the case here, but still some strong winds can be expected below 900 feet as well. And I know this area's been hit really hard over the last two mid-latitude cyclones here, but the winds are coming back. Hopefully it's not as strong as the last two storms, however. This is like a National Weather Service Sacramento. Big snows coming for the Sierra Nevada up through Northern California. Look at Interstate 5, 3 to 4 feet. Just incredible. The dynamic and difficult driving conditions out there across I-5 coming up here. And you can see the snowfall really dropping down towards 500 feet Tuesday morning over some of Shasta County. So major impacts. You guys know the drill. It's been just sound like a broken record here across the Sierra Nevada, but dangerous travel is coming again. And the timing of this is Monday night through Wednesday, heaviest on Tuesday. Heavy snow, winter storm warnings in effect. You've got winter weather advisories, winter storm watches still in effect across some of the areas of Northern California also. 2 to 4 feet of snow, heaviest above 4,000 feet, wind gusts to 60 miles per hour. I mean, you're talking potential blizzard conditions across some of Northern California and the Sierra Nevadas. You can see major whiteout conditions at time, major travel delays. Road closures is possible, travel highly discouraged. This is the gusty wind forecast here. It does include some of Sacramento, Yuba City, up towards Redding there. As you can see, gust up to 45 miles per hour. This is 5 p.m. Monday through 5 p.m. Tuesday, March 28th coming up here. This is heavy rain possible as well, so you do have the slight chance of some flash flood conditions emerging across some of the Bay Area, Santa Rosa on south through San Francisco, San Jose. So watch out for that. Everything is saturated out there, so it's not going to take too much precipitation to cause some flooding concerns. A good graphic here from National Weather Service Sacramento, much appreciated. This is the current hazards. You can see all the wind advisories in the brown for some of the higher terrain in Southern California even as well. Winter storm warnings in effect, some high wind warnings in effect for some of the extreme Northern California coastline there also. This is the day one excessive rainfall outlook here. So this would be on in through Monday through Wednesday morning, I should say there. Wednesday about 5 a.m. And this would be the day two, Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning here. And this does include the Bay Area down through Central California, getting down towards the Los Angeles metro. They brought that marginal out here as this low pressure center is going to be slow moving, could bring some flooding concerns with it on in through midweek coming up. This is day 1 through 3 overall winter storm impacts, and we went over this already, and you just kind of see this as a wider scale look at California here, even some impacts across some of the higher terrain of Southern California as this upper level chilly low brings some snow down there later on in through midweek period coming up. This is looking at the European last night's run. This is 6-hour precipitation, sea level pressure map. You see the low pressure center developing there. And look at this frontal system. I mean, just dumping huge amounts of snow across Northern California, the Sierra Nevada, as this strong front drags all the way down across the state. Upper level low continues to bring instability and precipitation across the region here, all the way through Thursday through Southern California. So, I mean, these storms are just picking on California at this point. This one coming all the way through Southern California here, shown Thursday afternoon. Now looking at the NAM 3km composite reflectivity here, there goes the frontal system. This is actually the HER, sorry, I said NAM. This is the HER 3cam high resolution model, but you can see this potent frontal system coming through today and tonight across the region here and really dragging down across the Bay Area, and again with big impacts across the state coming up here. And then you see the upper level low here with the showery weather. The thunderstorm potential will emerge as we go on in through Wednesday, especially. You could get some of those low top supercells across some of the interior portions of California as you go on through the afternoon Wednesday. This is looking at the NAM 3km here. This is composite reflectivity, a similar map at what we just looked at on the HER, the high resolution rapid refresh. And you can see that powerful frontal system shows that snow accumulating across Northern California, the Sierra Nevada. Frontal system all the way through Southern California, upper level low with thunderstorm potential here as we go on in through Wednesday afternoon. Now here's the NAM 3km. This is surface-based CAPE, and you'll clearly see that low pressure center here kind of spawning that instability with it. As we go through Wednesday afternoon, probably the best chance right now across Central California for some of those stronger thunderstorms to develop as you see that CAPE get going across the area. This is the NAM 3km. This is what's known as supercell composite. In short, it kind of takes instability and shear into account here, and it kind of shows you where the strongest storms may develop. I'm speeding ahead here till Wednesday afternoon, and you can see some of the supercell composite index start to emerge here across Central California there. So heads up for that too. Now looking at simulated infrared satellite imagery here, if you remember, you saw that low pressure system developing on the south side of that with the cold upper level trough, and this becomes the main load there, and you can see it really spin up. It's going to be quite beautiful on the infrared satellite imagery off the Oregon coast. It's going to look like a huge cinnamon roll out there. Strong frontal system there, and you can see the upper level load taking its sweet time moving down the state here as we go on into Thursday. Let's play that out a little bit more, in fact, and you can see another system kind of arriving out of the northwest here as we go through later this week, impacting northern and central California potentially, and then a cold upper level trough with another frontal system as we go through next week. So our active weather is likely not done for the state of California here, and on through the extended even shows another one after that. So no rest for the weary here across the state of California. This is total snow, 10-to-1 ratio. This is yesterday afternoon's European one. This goes way out to the extended, but you can see the initial storm system there, and we're going to add to it as you watch here. We go through the weekend, then on in through next weekend, and then even the following weekend. You can see the amounts just continue to pile up here across some of the higher terrain, including some of Southern California here as well. This is way out there in fantasy land, but it does show the potential for active weather continuing on in through early April. This is looking somewhere up towards 18,000 feet, 500 millibars. There goes our storm system there, taking its sweet time. And then you can see that next system impact mainly Northern California, then another one dipping a bit further south, and maybe another strong storm system impacting the state there, reinforced with this cold upper level trough moving across the area on through Fantasyland and the extended. So stuff to watch on through the future here as well as we go on in through early April. Looks like we might remain active here across the state. This is taking a brief look here at some of the equatorial Pacific. This would be Mexico, Hawaii. You can see Australia down there. This is Nino 3.4. That's where we measure those La Nina / El Nino conditions here. And right now we are squarely at neutral, right there at average across the equatorial Pacific. But you can see the trend here. If you look at Nino 3.4, you can see us climbing out of La Nina here. We bumped up a bit, dropped down just a hair there, but that's to be expected. There's going to be that variability as we climb out of La Nina towards El Nino conditions. This is the CFS forecast, hot off the presses as of today, and you can see the climb out towards those neutral conditions here across the equatorial Pacific there, and you can see us climbing out, and we are getting really close to looking at a strong El Nino potentially coming up by the time we head towards the fall months. And if you look closely here on the right, you can see that warm tongue as we go through June, July, August, September, October, November. Potential moderate / strong El Nino not out of the question here as we go through the end of this year. So definitely noteworthy for California. Strong El Ninos usually mean pretty wet conditions here across the state of California. Not always, but it is a good indicator of wetter than normal conditions. So yeah, watch this thing develop during the day today. I may do a live stream later on, depending on what the weather models say today, and if I have time later on, I may do that live stream here, and we'll go over some of the impacts of this storm and kind of watch it develop there on the satellite imagery together. But otherwise, hope you guys are liking the channel. Click like, subscribe. Let's get the word out to everybody so everybody can be weather aware across much of the West Coast here. And We'll do this again tomorrow at the latest, and I'll talk to you guys then.